Hey guys, welcome into Sensei and the Pupil. I'm Craig. I got Devin Paul with me.
Hey guys.
And we are reviewing an anime world classic.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the actual rendition from the manga, not FMA, the original one, which, has its own place in our hearts, I think.
Yeah.
With like 100,000 episodes more, and like he gets it's just way more pulled out, stretched out. This is Brotherhood, okay? This is the culmination of the manga. This is what the artist wanted us to see.
Elrics.
The Elric brothers. It's anime as old as time itself, The story of the two Elric brothers who committed the ultimate sin within this alchemic world, using human transmutation to bring back their dead mom.
Oh.
Their bodies torn apart. All they can do is plunge deeper into alchemy to get their bodies back. Throughout their travels, they align themselves...
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a whole thing written out. Throughout their travels, they align themselves with the government to gain more knowledge, build bond with stronger alchemists, and do battle with even more powerful enemies.
They become government dogs.
They become government dogs. A mystery around every corner, from finding the elusive amplifier within alchemy, the Philosopher's Stone, to fighting off strange inhuman creatures called homunculus. Homunculi, you're right. It's like cacti. Yeah. To uncovering the shrouded past of their father, possibly the greatest alchemist to ever lived. We cover part 1 today, boys. Part 1. Okay, Netflix did something really cool. They split up this 67-piece anime into parts, which I like. That's why we're going to review it, okay?
That's one of my gripes, so go ahead.
Part 1 includes the introduction of the Elrics. We learn their motivations. Mm-hmm. We get the introduction of Scar in the Israel Civil War. We get the introduction of the homunculi, the search for the Philosopher's Stone, and the introduction of their teacher and fellow committer of the taboo,
Baddie.
Izumi Curtis, who spits blood every time she talks. Baddie.
She has no womb.
This is part 1, boys. We got a lot in part 1. I thought it was a really, really well-paced part to get an introduction to everything. Because we're going to learn a lot more in the other parts that we're going to review, Devin. So, guys.
I've already learned a lot in 13 episodes.
Honestly. And, we've all seen it before, right? You've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
I've never seen it before.
What?
For real?
For real.
Wow. Okay. Even better I picked this.
No, you're fucking for real.
No, I've never seen
That's
it.
crazy, dude.
I'm so glad I picked this.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I picked this. Okay.
Yeah.
Hypes, guys. Let's go. Dev, you start us off. What's your hype of this first 13 episode part?
Are you talking about favorite moment or just what I like about the anime?
Both.
So what I like about this anime is the relationships built with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
The brothers, they have a
Brotherhood.
they have a strong bond. All the other characters, the Führer, he's got to be a bad guy, right?
What? Because his name's Führer?
No, I wouldn't say just based off his name. He just kind of seems like, I don't know.
If you smile a lot, I don't trust you.
He's just an old guy in anime, dude.
He just gives me those vibes of
Why would you say that? Just
because I've watched enough anime to
All right, he's gonna be surprised, dude.
Maybe.
Führer Bradley.
So
he's badass though. Let's come up. We can admit that even if you don't like his, you think he's kind of suspicious. He's a badass motherfucker.
Well, yeah.
He's an old guy in anime.
He's the top guy.
Yeah, his eyes are closed, dude. You know he's gonna do some shit.
Yeah.
He's closed eyes.
Yeah.
But also they've spent time on some of these characters and they've killed them off, and that's something that I can appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Is whenever everything's not really sugar coated.
Loss.
Yeah. When you love and you lose,
What do you mean? Who would you go to in your head when you say they killed off a character? 'Cause I think I know what you're talking about.
The dad.
Rhodes?
I don't know what his rank was. He ended up becoming a brigadier.
Hughes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
he found something, dude. He found something.
Oh my god.
We all kind of know, the government is behind some of this shit to make the Philosopher's Stone, but we found something else that's not hidden still, which is, what do you think it is that he found? I know it's super early.
I have no idea what he found.
Okay.
He connected some dots, so
okay. So that's fair.
He died for it.
Just know he was looking at a map right before he said something. He's looking at a map, and then he realized something. So that's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say.
Kind of said too much.
No, it's not. He's looking at a map. Okay.
But yeah, So the characters.
I didn't know you haven't watched this before,
That's
dude.
crazy, it's cool.
You're gonna enjoy the ending so much.
Maybe.
This first part ain't even.
Now that you're saying it, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
So I will say that it's an easy watch.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's not a struggle to get through like episodes and stuff.
What do you think of the pacing? You like
So-
how quick it's moving?
I mean, we'll get to my gripes.
Oh,
You know, when we get there.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I think my favorite moment in this part, I like Devin too. What I like most about it is the relationships. Like you really feel for a lot of these characters. Like, and that's gonna get to my favorite part too. This first part, Shao Tucker and his daughter. Yeah, Shao Tucker,
Brother.
the alchemist that had a little girl that the Elrics stayed with for a little while, do some research on
that one
Philosopher's
sucked.
Stone. Yeah, and then like he needed to keep his research up. He needed to keep his research up, guys. So he had to get this talking chimera created. He had to get it created, and he had to use there was a piece of the puzzle he was missing, and he had a dog and a young girl, and he made a little animal. Chimera.
Her dad.
Dad. Yeah.
Like, fuck,
That
dude.
shit hit deep, dude. They did that in almost a little bit less than an episode. They did the whole thing.
Yeah.
See,
We'll get to gripes. We'll get to gripes, Devin. Just wait. I can see now where you're going. Just wait. That's my favorite moment so far. I also have a gripe too with that comes up later. But favorite moment, they really made you feel for this little girl and even the dad too. You thought the dad was cool until he just did it. He just flipped the switch kind of when you realize he's not a good guy. He started laughing like, I can keep my watch, I can keep my license. They can't get rid of me now. Like, dude, he lost it. And he also killed his wife, too, the first time to create the first chimera.
Good twist.
Bro.
Good twist. My wife left me. He's like, you killed her.
That kind of shows you that this show not only has these little funny moments where like they're like, hey, quit. Like, Edward's so animated when he gets angry.
Don't call me small.
Yeah, like, I'm not a lima bean or whatever. Or P. You watch the English dub?
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. English dub. Perfect. But it's also very deep and like impactful with the story, and then like, cause like they didn't even arrest him at the end. Like they didn't arrest him for creating the chimera. Y'all realize that, right? They had the cops come there to see.
They were holding him.
They were holding, but he wasn't arrested.
Well, yeah, they were going to take him to trial.
Yeah.
Cool, but even that should be like there should be like an immediate you going to jail.
Supposedly.
But Scar came and killed him and the daughter.
Yeah, I mean, like they didn't take him to jail, but like he couldn't go anywhere.
Okay.
I
I kind of thought like he was like because like that's not really against the law. I thought.
Is it though?
I don't know. She's not dead. She's alive as a dog. You know.
It's human experimentation, though.
By the way, guys, this is the early 1900s. If y'all didn't catch this, it's like 1915, 1914 kind of era.
Because there's steam engines and shit.
Just in case y'all didn't catch it. Anyways, that's my favorite moment. Paul?
Alchemy's been outdated for so long now, like literally. Well, since y'all chose like the saddest, like the sad moments did like, of course, one of the best things. Like they're serious, they're sad. You feel for the characters, like you said. Hughes dying was really hit me hard because he's such a he loved his daughter, loved his wife. He's a good family man. He was he had his integrity. He was a good soldier.
You feel like he'd be like an in-game player, like smarts wise, because he wasn't really using alchemy.
But which is crazy. But he's fucking with the knives.
Yeah,
but
it's a fighter.
I think the fights really, since y'all chose those parts, and it's kind of taking the hypes from what I was going to choose. The fights, they're really good. I like the fact that all these alchemists have their own code names, which is cool. The fucking iron weapon alchemist, the flame alchemist, like that's so cool because they kind of like give you an attribute,
Full Metal Alchemist,
which is funny too. It's like, that's me.
Yeah.
The fights were cool, but I like the philosophical questions that it poses to you. You know, it's like, okay, like the Ishvalan War.
Yes, I love that.
They were fucking monsters for killing. They basically committed genocide. They killed an entire race of people. But they did it under the name of the government, so it's okay, right? Like that's the whole.
That's also Hitler shit, dude.
But it's also like the Colonel
Mustang.
You don't really understand, but secretly he wants to take down this government. He wants to go to the very top and get inside to establish a new regime and get rid of the old heads because he knows that what they've been doing is just wrong. He wants to get rid of the Fuhrer. He wants to get rid of all these people.
Doesn't mean he's bad though.
No,
he's supposed to get rid of him.
I'm not saying he's bad. Dude, don't fucking put words in my mouth.
I'm just saying.
I'm on his side. Like I would have transferred with him.
Fuhrer Bradley?
I would have no.
I said doesn't mean Fuhrer Bradley's bad because he wants to take over his regime. Maybe he had to do it. Hey, we're in part one. Hey, we're in part one.
He's a piece of shit.
Maybe he had to do it.
No, dude.
Dude, we're in part one, Paul. Paul, we're in part one.
I understand because they rebelled. He wants to kill an entire race of people.
Don't rebel.
Get the fuck out of my country.
Hey.
Illegal.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my favorite part. Like, they ask you questions that I questioned myself. Like, I was like, dude, would I do this? Like, was Shao Tucker right? Is Edward just as bad as he is for committing a taboo? I committed a taboo. You committed a taboo.
True.
But you're judging me?
Yeah,
Judge
Shao
yourself,
Tucker said
bro.
the same thing. So you try to bring your mother back.
On a Mustang, he's like, should I? But I'm the one who took part in that whole thing. Like, I should be judging myself, but I want to change it. But I also took part of it, and all that shit.
Did y'all also like the introspective part where like Al thought whenever he was fighting that butcher guy, and he's like, "How do you even know you're a real person?
Oh yeah.
How do you even know like he didn't?"
That kind of pissed me off. But go ahead.
It pissed you off?
Yeah, it's like, dude, your brother's literally trying to save your fucking life.
But maybe he doesn't know he's real.
Like he's really trying to save your life, and you're still doubting that you're a real person.
I mean, I could understand. I could see where like he's coming from.
Understand it totally.
So
he's a little kid.
Totally understand it.
Grow the fuck up.
I mean, he is a little kid. I mean, like all he's known is Big Brother.
Yeah,
14.
He's like 14, I think, in his mind, and they've been living with this for a while. He didn't age though; his body didn't age, so it's like I can understand that. I don't know if his mind aged.
He had to have aged. He's been alive.
His voice still sounds like a little boy in that suit. So I get what he's thinking. Like maybe I'm not real.
That pissed me off, dude. Even that pissed, dude. If Winry has to correct you about it, you know you're wrong.
I think it'd be so simple if they just showed like a picture, like, hey, here's a picture of you. That's you.
It's like literally, this is our fucking family picture.
Yeah.
Dude. Why are you doubting that your life is fake? Like that's you. That's me. That's mom.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up. Sorry.
Let's hop over to gripes of this anime, because I had a couple of gripes which I didn't ever think about when I initially watched this, and then with a grown eyes watching it, I'm like, okay, I have a couple of gripes. Dev, you said you had a gripe.
So I would say kind of like the pacing of it. I don't like how like it feels like after every episode, like there's like a conclusion to that episode. It doesn't. So when they go to a city, like they conclude like what they're gonna do in that city, basically in one episode, and then they go somewhere else.
Right.
So I think this anime would just be better if it was drawn out a little bit more.
You will love Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because
so
they spend
like
a lot of time
with the like the thing with the daughter and the dog. If that was more than one episode, and they can really make you feel more of like more moments with the daughter and stuff like that.
That actually happened differently in the full version.
That would have. Yeah. I feel like it would have really like hit harder.
See, me and Paul are spoiled because we saw the first one, and this is so much better to us, I think, because it gets to the point.
See, that part I didn't like.
Oh.
Because you remember how he killed her in that room or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
In the original version, he actually took her from that room, put her in the alley, and Al caught him right when he you see her splatter everywhere, and Al
saw Scar kill him.
And that brought so much more depth because you assume that Scar's a piece of shit, but he says like I'm saving you, like you're gonna live a life of like misery, and I'm saving you. I remember this, and it brought so much more feeling into him, that mercy killing. Mm-hmm. I wish I'm with you on that one. That it was totally different in the original one.
Yeah, that's my gripe about. That's my biggest thing.
So you thought the pacing was too fast?
So, yeah, they give you like a lot of information, and then it's just mission complete. Like it just feels. Kind of.
I get that.
I don't agree, but I do see your point. I see your point. I've seen both sides, so I see your point.
Yeah,
other than the anime, I mean, and I'm wrong. Nah, okay. So here's my gripe. I have a couple of them, but really, this is my real gripe. Okay, guys, Shao Tucker was fighting for his research to create this chimera. He built a chimera first. We kind of assume he made the first chimera almost because he got the grant to do it with his wife. And then later on, they're about to cancel the grant because he hasn't made a chimera in a while. So he uses his kid, and the chimera talked. Later on, when we see Greed, and we see his little gang of people, they're chimeras. Mm-hmm. Those guys, they're part dog, part lizard, part snake, whatever the fuck. They're chimeras that can talk.
Right.
So my issue was like, okay, wait a minute. This guy was fighting for a grant to make those things, but these guys are already made. So wait, what's the grant he's getting?
He obviously didn't know that.
He didn't know that, but why would the government even give him the stuff if the government also made them? The government made the homunculi.
Do you think they're going to tell him that? Anybody that?
I think, but why would they even give him a grant to do something that they've already done?
Or maybe to like save face.
Why would they admit to him, hey, we're not gonna give you this money because we kind of already did it?
It just seemed a little. It just seemed a little suspect. Okay, to me, what I saw in the anime was the progress of we can't make this chimera that can talk. We really want to make this. Mm-hmm. Then to go into like 6 of them already running around. It's just like a weird transition to already having talking chimera.
Yeah, but they don't want the government doesn't want them to know that, so they put on a face.
Okay,
like, yeah, we don't know how to make these.
Fine.
Let's give some grants out.
Alright, fine.
It's kind of like saying, "Oh, we don't know about philosophy stone. We would never make it, even though they already did."
It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z. Whenever Goku had to do this legendary Super Saiyan thing, and then next season there's already 5 Super Saiyans. It's like, oh, we did it once here. Oh, by the way, we have 6 over here. It just seemed like really fast progression for that. Like I could get Shao Tucker doing this, and maybe a time skip, and then there's chimeras. But to have chimeras already there when he's trying so hard to build one, it's like, maybe the saving face, fine. But that was my little consistency issue for me. I was
think
like,
it also plays to the part where it shows you how fucked up that government is the fact that they know this, but they're not going to tell you that, and they're also going to keep making it even who knows, worse, better, whatever. But that just shows you how the government is in this setting.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, that's just me.
That's just my only thing I thought of. All right.
My gripe is like, dude, how can you not know Fury Bradley's bad, dude? Like
what? That's not a gripe, dude. He's not bad. He's not bad, dude.
Dude, he is a bad guy.
How do you know he's a bad guy?
Just morally, he's a bad guy. The fact that he oversaw an operation to destroy a whole, genocide a whole group of people.
Dog.
You would think that not just your government, but the people would be like, hey, that's not good.
Do you think he's the king?
People.
He's the Fuhrer. He's the leader of the army, dude. You think he's the king?
Führer means leader, right?
He's the king. He's not. You can ascend to that level. He's not the king. He's just the leader of the army.
Not that it matters.
He's supposed to answer somebody, huh?
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
You would think. That's my gripe. Like, if I don't know what kind of government this is, but like if you can't if you see say if your president committed to say fucking
Trump.
Yeah, killed all the fucking Mexicans all at once. You'd be like, hey, we kind of didn't want that.
It is kind of crazy when you look at it. They just committed genocide to whole colored people. It's kind of crazy.
With red eyes, all because they were religious. What was the thing?
I think it's because they look cool with the white hair and the red eyes. They look cooler than them.
They look cool.
They look badass.
You're fucking our women. But I don't know. That's my gripe. It's like, dude, he has an eye patch. His name is Fury Bradley. He's OP as fuck. There's something off about this dude. Okay. Devin's already sniffing it, and
Well, yeah. I mean, when you watch a bunch of anime, you can tell he's a questionable character at least.
Okay.
And the little intimidation thing he did, he's like, I don't want you speaking about this to anybody. It's like, dude. Yeah.
But then he was happy. He became their friends.
I'm just kidding.
So, he left out the window. He's like, I gotta go. He's like, he's a whimsical guy.
Yeah, he's also.
Yeah, I got him all wrong.
He's super
So he came in and he was like, yeah, I don't want anybody to talk about this, but something's happening in the government to kind of make it seem like he's he's trying to.
Yeah, he's gonna help them, dude.
Maybe
y'all are wrong. Maybe. I've seen it. Y'all are wrong.
I've seen it too, but I'm just saying, how can you not tell? He's a piece of shit.
He's not, dude. He's a good guy. I had a hot take too. If I had to hear Nina's laugh, Show Tucker's daughter, all day,
I might have made a comment too.
I might do some science.
Besides, there's a lot of baddies in this fucking anime. Huh? There's a lot of baddies in this anime.
I'm just saying, Nina's laugh was just, ha 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 ha, big brother! If I had to hear that all day by myself, no wife to take care of me.
Daddy, you get off of work early?
I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work in my office. Ha ha ha, Dad! I might make a chimera.
Play with the dog.
Yeah, I can play with the dog.
You're a piece of shit, too.
And all the girls look the same, dude.
Different
hair colors, and one of them had a mole.
But honestly, waifu is lust if she doesn't kill you, right?
Yeah, before we move on to the favorite characters, Devin, what do you think of the homunculi? What do you think their deal is? They're totally, the one that can transform into other people, the girl who can stretch her fingers. What's up with them?
They're named after deadly sins, huh? That's cool.
Gluttony, wrath, lust. The guy who eats people. What do you think their deal is? The transforming one. Her name's Wrath.
I thought it was Envy.
You're right.
So they have to work for the government, right? That's
the sentiment we got. The government created them.
They did, yeah, right.
Not only that, but they were in that government building,
they experiments.
Exactly. So
don't go too far, you'll get killed.
They seem like monsters. They seem like monsters.
Don't look into it.
They seem like monsters. Because they're
They do, but I think they answer to somebody.
They do. They're running shit in the back.
She did call someone dad.
Father.
Yeah, father. So. I mean, just going off of what I've seen so far, I would imagine that'd be the Fuhrer. So
it's a good guess. I'm not gonna confirm or deny it. I will say this: Just watch it without us, man.
No,
Watch it.
wait, what? We're gonna watch it forever.
But it's not. I'm not gonna pick it.
You said you're gonna pick the next part.
I never said that.
You said you might pick the next part because you like Full Metal Alchemist so much. You promised.
That's a maybe.
I'm gonna pick it though for 5 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna.
Like,
We'll take some breaks in between, but it's
Yeah, I
definitely
like it,
it's one of them, dude. Favorite characters, guys, for you?
Lust, she's a fucking baddie, bro.
Lust, your favorite character?
I want her to put that sharp finger on my.
What?
What?
Your pee hole. I say favorite character is probably Edward. I just love Edward, dude. He's the best.
Mine's probably like that Iron Fist guy.
Major Armstrong.
Yeah.
Piccolo? You talking about Piccolo?
He's always that's his voice. He's always just swollen up. It's like like always posing and
passed
shit.
down the strong arm generations for generations.
Yeah.
You're gonna love his family.
I want to inspire him. He needs to see the perfect physique.
He's
like-
such a good character.
He's great. He's great. He's morally
Don't
strong.
get attached to him. I'm just
Dude, shut up.
I'm just kidding.
Let's rate this thing, guys. I'm gonna give part 1 a solid 9. It was I really didn't have any issues besides that one I brought up, but I'm giving it a 9 because it gave us so much exposition. It gave us so much. What do you want to say?
Quick gripe. 13's a stupid episode to end on. Mid-fight between Greed
and-
makes no fucking
and-
sense to
and
end
what's
it
her
on there.
name?
Just
Izumi
12,
came in.
introduce the teacher. That's it. Her backstory of how she met the brothers. And that's my...
Maybe should end it on that. But the next one, I don't know if you remember the next one's gonna happen, but we see what happens to Greed this next one, and that's why I think this was a good episode. Because the first episode, the next part, Devin's gonna be like, he's gonna have so much questions about a certain individual with the eye patch. I give it a 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 too. I mean, this anime alone, I've already watched it. Like I said, it's a 10, but yeah, 9. Just the first part.
So I would say that I'm sure that the full drawn out anime is probably better. I'm gonna give this one a 7.
I mean, it's alright, like...
It's alright. You don't know what you're talking about, but it's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I haven't seen. I mean,
Yeah.
just because I haven't seen like the full entire anime. It feels like I'm getting basically the highlights of an anime. But
You say that, but if you were to sit through all of it...
He's going
you'd be
to.
like,
Shut up.
No, I mean, like
He's
the
going
older one. I'm talking about the older one. If you would have had to sit through all that...
it's way too much.
Yeah.
But sitting through that is like what makes you appreciate like how good an anime is.
I get it.
So
I get it.
Sit through One Piece.
Yeah, that's why they're
It is
revising
too
it.
much.
It's the same shit,
Too
dude.
much.
The same shit. Yeah. Full
And
Metal Alchemist had
Brody
way
Kitchen, they had to remake
Yeah,
it.
way too much filler, dude. Way too much filler. And later on, like that whole scene, the whole thing with the priest fighting the priest. Oh, that first part, that was like freaking 20
Yeah,
episodes,
well,
dude.
that
It was
yeah,
long,
it was
dude.
long, yeah.
And then a whole rebellion in between, and that girl became like the boss. And like,
Yeah, I wouldn't
it
say
was fucking.
I wouldn't say 20, but it was definitely more. Than
It made
what
no
should've
sense,
been.
dude. Okay, anyways, yeah, guys, Full Metal Alchemist Part 1, we did it. We got 4 more parts to watch. He gave it a 7. Yeah, he'll change. Overall, he's gonna make it a 10. I can already tell you right now, especially with a certain eye patch guy.